Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour as we want to give you enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here Monday through Friday on the Drive-Thru, is we give you live free sports picks from the primetime games. And deliver those winners, well, our professional handicappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a look at who'll be on the show today. We've got on today, we got James Clark join us, Ninos, who's disappeared for the moment, Chris Ruffolo, Alex Martin, the center square, Tony Brown from Las Vegas, Big Al McMordie, number one this year, Pick Dogs 2021, Shane Mickle, and of course we got debuting on Skype today is Trey Jordan. Let's take a look here at how they'll line up for today's show. We've got the Smart McMordie, Brown, Mickle, Ninos, Ruffolo, Clark, Jordan, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, catch any of that day baseball today?
Today was a day I decided to partake in the day baseball. Thankfully, we got the Cardinals and the under, so it was a good start to the day. How about you, Tony?
Well, no, it was El Paso. My action is in the prime time for this evening. All right, let's go ahead and get started here on the Drive-Thru. Let's welcome Alex Smart to the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. Him doing fantastic work now at top of leaderboards. Alex, how's it going?
Good. How's everything with you guys today?
Everything's great. All right, let's get started here. We're going to look at this Avalanche and Kings game here. Avalanche trying to get that Western Conference wrapped up here. They're huge favorites here, minus 450, total of 6.
Yeah, I'm going to go in a complete contrarian way here. I know everybody looks at Colorado as this amazing team, which, they are. They're a top-flight team, ready for the President's Choice, want the President's trophy, and so everybody's expecting after last night's 6-0 beating that they're going to come back here tonight and just trounce LA again. Well, that is a possibility, but from my perspective, considering the amount of value we have here and the embarrassment that LA went through last night, I mean, this is a young team. This is one game. This is it before their season's over. I'm looking for them to really come out here, give Colorado a heck of a fight. Now, it's interesting to note the last 6 times that the Kings have been beaten by 6 goals or more, they've won. So that dates back 2 seasons. So, when a professional team takes a shit kicking like that, they have a tendency of waking up. You got to remember, these guys are still pros. And they've been most of the guys on these teams have been stars all around whatever league they've been in their entire lives. And here they are tonight. They get an opportunity not to look so bad. Big egos here on the line, and we're going to take a lot of plus money here, and we're going to go to the bank with it.
All right, Alex Smart here, going to take the plus here. We're going to split the bet here in this one. Kings plus 372 on the money line, and then puck line minus 1.5 goals at plus 144. A split bet against the Colorado Avalanche. All right, Chris, what say you in this one?
Well, the President's Choice thing is a little blunder for our Canadian content, but for this one, I'm just I'm looking at the Kings as well. I looked at them at the plus 1.5. I can't necessarily say I was brave enough to take the money line just because 3 of the last 7 meetings have actually been decided by 1 goal. But I think it says something that the Kings, in the last 6 meetings that they've lost by 6 goals, that they've actually lost by 6 goals 6 times in the last 2 years. So I think I just said something about the state of this LA Kings team, but. I'll take the puck line plus 150. I'm not laying minus 1.5 at minus 160 or whatever it was. So, yeah, give me the Kings on the puck line here.
All right, we got Chris on the puck line here with the Kings. Alex will split it here with the Kings plus 372 puck line with the Kings at plus 144 plus the 1.5 goals, not the minus 1.5 goals, plus 1.5 goals against the Avalanche. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight, where you're doing fantastic work right now over at the site. We can see over 1,500 units of profit past 30 days. We got a good NBA board. We got baseball still to come. What do you have going on over at the site?
And yeah, it was plus. It was plus on the puck line. It wasn't minus. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up there in case. Well, yeah. Anyway, I've got some NBA on board tonight. NBA's on a huge run. If you're a dime player, you're up over $40,000 with my selections over the last couple of months, and we're going to keep running tonight. We are off a losing night last night, so it's bounced back. We went 1-2, so I went 1-2, and you went 1-2 with me. So anyway, that's it for tonight, and I hope to have more on the weekend. Some Major League Baseball, NHL, and of course more NBA.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Alex Smart over at Pick Dog Swim. You see the numbers here, 1,526 units of profit past 3 days. That is all documented. When you go to the site, you check out Alex's numbers, you can see it's all transparent there. And of course, get on board with his plays for tonight and take those winnings. Make that long-term purchase. 3, 7, and 38 pass. You'll get every play that Alex releases over at Pick Dog Swim for that period of time that you choose when you go to the profile page and make that purchase. All right, Alex, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you next week.
Good seeing you guys. Take care.
You too, as well. All right, to Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue here with our coverage. We're going to welcome in the show right now Big Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pick Dog Swim, where he sits number 1 for 2021. He's cracked 5,000 units for the 2021 campaign. So let's go ahead and welcome Big Al right now to the show. Al, how's it going?
Going well. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great, doing great. All right, tonight, 7 Eastern time, Red Sox to host the Athletics. Red Sox about $1.12 favorite, total sits at 9.
Yeah, after 2 below-average seasons in San Diego, Garrett Richards is now back in the American League. He signed a 1-year free agent deal with Boston. And, so far, the 33-year-old's 2021 is looking a lot like his 2020. His biggest problem so far this season has been his home ballpark, Fenway Park. He's made 6 appearances, including 4 starts. He's 1-2 with an 11.88 ERA and a 2.64 WHIP at home. So that's not getting the job done at all. He's not had much success versus the Oakland A's in his career. He's made 18 appearances, including 14 starts. His record is 3-4 with a 4.29 ERA and a 1.40 WHIP. His mound opponent tonight will be Sean Manaea. Now, 6 days ago, we had a Pick Dogs premium play on the Oakland A's, and we were rewarded with a 2-1 victory against Tampa Bay. Today, it's not going to be a Pick Dogs premium play. It's going to be a free play instead here, but we're going to back Sean Manaea and the Oakland A's at Boston. Should see Oakland at -104 roughly. He's off to the best start in his career. He has a 3-1 record, but even better, the A's have won 6 of his 7 starts. He has a 3.07 ERA, a 1.07 WHIP, and he's also 6-2 over the last 3 years when working on an extra day or 2 of rest. So we're going to take Oakland in this near pick'em game tonight.
All right, Oakland Athletics -104 against the Boston Red Sox. All right, Chris, with Garrett Richards, I remember him well back in his Angels day, and he was off to a really good start to his career, and then it all went downhill at Fenway Park at Boston when he tore his Achilles running to cover first base on a play. And since then, it's been downhill. I don't know if it's psychological, back to the scene of the crime there in Boston, but it's not been good for Garrett Richards at home this season in Boston.
Now, you start to wonder if maybe it was just he was trying to, that was in the back of his mind when he signed the contract. He's like, maybe I'll try to get over that hurdle. But, like you said, it hasn't happened. And, Oakland swinging a hot bat right now. But I do think it's going to be a bit of a pitcher's duel here. I think Richards is going to want to show up, and he does have some familiarity with this Oakland A's team, even though he hasn't had a ton of success against them in his career. And like Al said, Sean Manaea has been electric this season. So I look for this one to see under 9.
All right, looking at under here, and of course, Al here on Athletics -104 against the Boston Red Sox. And this one to begin here at 7 Eastern time, MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, now let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where, you've cracked the 5,000 barrier right now. 5,135 units of profit, document number 1 over at Pick Dogs Premium. We got a good baseball board, lots of NBA, some hockey. What do you have going on over at the site?
Well, the big thing this weekend is, of course, the Preakness Stakes. We cashed big in the Kentucky Derby with Mandaloon. He went off, I think, at 26-1. We had him across the board, and a $100 across-the-board wager returned a profit of $1,520. I've got another long shot across-the-board wager for you. In the Preakness, I've won 5 of the last 7 Preakness Stakes, including a $124.40 exacta back in 2015. So don't miss our Preakness Stakes play. It's up at Pick Dogs right now. For tonight, we are passing in baseball at Pick Dogs Premium. We are on a nice baseball run. We're 14-1 our last 15 there, but we're going to take the day off in baseball. We're going to focus instead on the NBA. I've got a very strong NBA play overall across all sports now. We're 22-4 our last 26. We're 374 and 268 our last 642. So don't miss a single winner. Get my NBA play right now and also pick up the Preakness Stakes winner on Saturday.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Swim. You see the numbers here, over 5,100 units of profit. Document number 1. You can check the site. You can see every play he's released here. Of course, he's got that Big winner tonight in the NBA. It's break this order. Get on board. Of course, the long term is your best value. Get on that 30-day all sports pass with Al McMordie. Get every play that releases over the site for 30 days. Of course, that's going to cover the NBA playoffs, which starts shortly. NHL playoffs are going to begin. A good time to get on board with that 30-day all sports pass. Every play from Al McMordie over at Pig Dogs Premium, and get on board. All right, Al, as always, a great time your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thanks, guys. Good luck to you all.
All right, I'm McMordie here on the drive-thru. I will continue here with our coverage, guys. Just a reminder to subscribe to our channel. Of course, free picks every single day. It all gets started with the morning show. You got Mitch, Rod Zawacki, Brian Bittler in the mornings at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It's every day. And, of course, we got those YouTube premium shows, those 3 of them. Check the link below for those YouTube member premiums. Those are very good value right there. And, of course, the drive-thru, we're here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And here joined with Chris. And, of course, we always ask you guys, give us that thumbs up, that like. We greatly appreciate it. It helps us build up our audience, Chris.
Absolutely, Tony. It helps us out. And like I keep saying, I don't know if anybody can really quantify how much that like, that thumbs up, that, clicking that subscribe button really helps us out. You guys are already watching us. All you have to do is just scroll underneath the video. Just click on that thumbs up. You can get right back to the show. You're not missing anything. You're just missing our lovely faces, but you still get to hear our voices. But like I said, it really, really, really helps us out tonight. And you know what? I got to tell you guys, we do this all for you, and the likes and the subscriptions, it makes us feel that, or shows us that we're doing something right. And we're going to have more stuff for you coming in the very near future, so stay tuned. But in the meantime, keep those thumbs up and those subscriptions coming, and we really appreciate it.
Greatly appreciate it. Of course, join us in the chat room tonight is Rod Zawacki. So you have questions for Rod, be sure to time in with your questions or your comments to Rod Zawacki in the chat room here. Over here at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here with our coverage. We're going over to Las Vegas, Nevada, and welcome Tony Brown here to the drive-thru. Tony, how you doing today?
Tony T, Chris, what's going on, fellas?
It's going great, going great. All right, we got it. Flames to host the Canucks 9 Eastern Time with Calgary laying $1.54, total 5.5.
Yeah, this is a battle of the worst in the league. Like, these guys both suck. They already have 30 losses. That puts the Canucks 9 games under 500. And I think the Flames, 7 games under 500. Not really much to play for. And you can't win if you don't score. And it shows. These teams both rank in the bottom of the league in scoring. I think the Canucks are the 4th worst team, and the Flames are the 9th worst team. So they're both bottom 10 in scoring, putting up just about 2 goals per game. And then they got pretty decent defense. So it's just like, if you're going to pick the total of this game, you got to go under. They're barely putting up 4, giving up 5 a game in all of their games. The last 4 of the 5 for the Canucks have stayed under, and the Flames have seen the total only go over twice. And it's not, like I said, just a recent thing. This is all season. They rank near the bottom. I mean, the games aren't played on paper, but you can't ignore these stats. 6 goals in 1 game tonight is going to be a hard chore. I like the under in this one real big.
All right, Tony Brown here. Under in this one, the Flames and Vancouver Canucks. All right, Chris, what say you in this one?
I think my only concern with the under is that, and Tony will agree with me on this one, that the goaltending on both sides has also been pretty shoddy this season, and that's why these teams are where they are. But they're also very top-heavy in terms of where all their offensive production comes from. The lesser of two evils, bad goaltending or teams that have 3 or 4 lines that are ineffective. I'll probably take the 3 or 4 lines, and I'm going to side with the under here as well. I just don't think we're going to see a ton of scoring outside of the top lines tonight.
Agreement here on the under. Flames and Vancouver under 5.5 here, but there are some 6s out there, guys. Do your shopping, get the best line right now in this one. Of course, this one to begin 9 Eastern Time. This one's on ESPN Plus if you'd like to watch this game and to follow along with your bet. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium. We got some NBA. Of course, NBA winding down their regular season. Some baseball. We hit about half the card left after the day games. What do you have going on over the site?
Yeah, I had a triple pack in the MLB this morning. We already had the Cardinals go off for a big winner for us. So we still got 2 games left in the MLB tonight. And then we got 2 games in the NHL and only 1 play in the NBA. My NBA perfect play. It's working with a perfect 10-0 trend that's cashed game after game. Tonight will be no different. Make sure you jump on some of those individual plays. And then, like you said, there's only a couple days left in the season for NHL, NBA, everybody. So it's playoff time. You buying these playoff picks individually, it's going to cost you. The more, the more you pick, it's going to cost you. You get one of those 7-day, 30 days, all of the playoff picks are included. Even if you make it all the way to the championship, you get the championship pick, you get the Super Bowl pick. Get the daily pick, jump on the weekly, the monthly pass, and cash big with me all the time.
That's right, guys. Cash big with Tony Brown over at Pig Dogs, a premium Las Vegas space. You see him in the sportsbook a lot. Get on board. He'll get you those plays for tonight, those winners, his best bets for tonight. Get on board with that one-day pass and take those winnings and go up and make that upgrade over to the long-term passes, 3, 7, and 30-day pass. We've got the 2-for-1 capper specials. You can match Tony Brown with another capper. That will give you greater savings there when you get on board with Tony Brown. He also has those long-term VIP one-year passes. He also has end-of-season passes, NBA, NHL. Check him out over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get on board with Tony Brown. All right, Tony, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks for having me, man, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, Tony Brown here on the drive-through. I will continue here with our coverage with Tony Brown. Now it's time to welcome to the show Shane Mickle. We'll be looking at tonight with Shane, NBA, and let's go ahead and wire him in right now. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He also does content for Sports Chat Place as well, but let's get him in right now. There we go. Shane, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. All right, tonight, 8 Eastern time, the Bulls will be hosting the Raptors. Chicago laying 10.5, total 216.5.
Yeah, this is a game that really stuck out to me for tonight, just based on the Bulls, the way they play defense as of late. Earlier in the season, the Bulls, they seem to be content playing a 125, 120, 124 game. No defense, just running up the score. Doesn't seem to be the case as of late. Their defense has been a lot better. They're facing a Toronto Raptors team who has really struggled to score as of late. Each of the last 2 games, they've been held under 100 points. I expect this game to be, finishing right around 210 total points, which gives a lot of value to the under here.
All right, Shane Mickle here, going to go under in this one, under Chicago Bulls and the Toronto Raptors, 216.5. All right, Chris, you look at the lineups here, and pretty much the Raptors are pretty much sitting out probably their top 8, top 9 guys, so it's going to be pretty much a patchwork lineup with a bunch of G-Leaguers on the Toronto side.
Yeah, Tony, you still haven't fixed that spelling mistake. There's a C before the R in Raptors. This team has been absolutely terrible. Like you said, Tony, they're resting all their players because it's the end of the year. There's really nothing to play for. And, our concern with Chicago is that, Zach LaVine's coming back, so the odds going to pick up. But yet they're 4-0 to the under in their last 4, and LaVine's been back for all of those. So I got to agree on the under 216 here. I think we could get it, like Shane said, around 210. 212, but not up to 216.5.
Yeah, with that patchwork lineup, as Shane said, Toronto's been held under 100 points here, and of course, it's not pretty there with the starting lineup there for Toronto. Under 216.5, Bulls and the Toronto Raptors. This one tips off 8 Eastern time, NBA League Pass channel. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where you're doing great work in MLB this season. 451 units of profit. That is all documented on the site, on your profile page. We got some baseball, some NBA. What do you have going on over the site?
Yeah, that number actually needs to be updated after this afternoon. 3-0 this afternoon, MLB.
Wow.
2 plus money winners. Heating up here for the stretch round here. NBA is starting to heat back up again too. I got 5 plays tonight, $34.95 on the site. Or hop on one of those long-term packages. Also got MLB rest of the season for $450. Climbing up leaderboards there, so let's get on something long-term and win together.
That's right, guys. Get on long-term here with Shane Mickle over at Pig Dogs Premium. Those numbers are up. He's probably close to, close to 800 units of profit after that 3-0 with plus monies coming in. So great job there by Shane Mickle. MLB rest of the season pass he has up there right now over at Pig Dogs Premium. So visit his site, get on board with the long-term. You want to try them out for one day, get that 5-pack, and then take those winnings and go long-term with the rest of the season pass from Major League Baseball from Shane Mickle. You see the numbers. He's performing very well. All right, Shane, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, you guys.
All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Did you get your opinion in on that game? I did.
Wow, I'm not easily forgettable, huh?
I did. I got it. You got okay.
I got in the under.
It was short and sweet. That's right. It was.
I like to keep. It's the old saying. I like to keep my words short and sweet in case I have to eat them later.
That's right, but I know I get the short analysis here because it's right before your break. So right now, it's the mail it in segment. I get to mail it in before I go for my break. That's right. I got 2 breaks today, by the way, because we owe them some. So we're gonna give you a little break. We're gonna go over to Skype right now and welcome Ninos here to the show. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium, and Ninos has disappeared. he's disappeared. Actually, May is not have disappeared. I think it's because I signed him off Skype. Okay, Skype can be a little squirrely at times, so let me go ahead and re-sign in El Ninos. It's not that hard to do. I might have put him on pause. I think I've done that before to El Ninos. I got him on hold. That's what I got him on. I got him on hold. So let's see how we can fix this mess here. Actually, we got. Let's go ahead and get him up here. All right. I think we're going to get El Ninos back here in just a second here. Let me pull the screen. We're going to resume the call and bring in El Ninos. I think we get his picture back in here. Are you back on us with us, El? There he is.
I'm here.
All right, El Ninos is back here. As we're delving in the world of Skype. All right, Al, here's the game you're going to be covering. D-backs and Marlins at 9:40 Eastern time. Marlins favorite here on the road, $1.24. Total sits at 8.5.
Yeah, they opened a bit closer to -110, but a little money came in on Miami, and I think pretty rightfully so here. They're 4-2 against the D-backs this season. They have a nice pitching advantage with Trevor Rogers going up against Merrill Kelly. Rogers having a great season, and if he can keep these numbers up, this is definitely a game they should win before headed to LA for a tougher series against the Dodgers. But yeah, I think they really need to take advantage of this spot right here, and they have the right pitching advantage to do so. So I'm taking the Marlins on the money line.
All right,
and you can take them. Sorry, first 5 innings also a pretty good look with this starting pitching advantage if you don't want to sweat the bullpens too.
Yeah, you don't want to sweat the bullpens with that, no doubt about that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Trev Rogers. I think I was a fan of him last year when he debuted. He had really good minor league numbers, a really good strikeout rate as well. But 4 earned runs allowed over his past 16 starts. And of course, you always got to make sure that gets that run support. The only concern here, but there's been a small sample, is that Merrill Kelly has pitched a little better at home this year.
Yeah, he does. He hasn't been horrible, but he definitely got off to a rough start. He's been better a bit. He's been a bit better lately, even coming off a pretty decent road game. But again, I just like what I've seen out of Trevor Rogers better this season, and as long as he keeps that up, this is definitely a first five look I love, and I think they can win the whole game here too.
Yeah, and one thing you always got to worry about is length. Look at Rogers here. He's the last 2 starts he's gone 5 innings, so you got to sweat the bullpen for at least 4 innings if you're up. So that's one thing I was concerned about here with Miami. Maybe you can stretch him out a little, but he's a young pitcher too, so that's something you got to concern yourself with at all, Al.
Yeah, no, he's gone 7-6. Yeah, just 5 in his last 2 starts. But yeah, you mentioned the run support too, but They don't have the best offense, but what they do well is steal bases, and we've seen Merrill Kelly struggle his command a bit lately. He got 6 strikeouts and 5 walks in his last outing. So you walk a couple of these guys, and it's stolen base. That's a runner in scoring position for you there. So look for them to take advantage of that too.
All right, then of course the D-backs 2-6 against left-handed pitching this season. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. We got a pretty nice board from NBA as well as Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at the site? As we see, past 7 days, you're on a heater here. 775 units of profit. That is all documented.
Yeah, the NBA has been heating up. 6-0 run there. Didn't have the good start Shane had today. Just 2-2 in the early games, but. Do have my best plays going off soon. My best MLB bets going off in a minute. So if you want to check that out, I think it's too late for that one. But anyways, grab a long-term pass. That's always your best deal anyway. And you can always live bet it too. So yeah, grab those long-term passes, 2-for-1s, all that good stuff. Go check it out on the site.
All right, guys, get on board here with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs. You see the numbers here. 775 units of profit here, past 7 days. It's all documented. Get on board with his plays tonight. Of course, a long-term pass. We've got 2-for-1 capper specials right now. You can match Little Al with Big Al, or you want to match Al with James Clark, who's #1 in the NBA. Al also has the end of the season passes available from like NHL, NBA. So check that out over at Pick Dogs Premium when you visit his profile page. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Tony. Yeah, we'll see you when you need me. If not, we'll see you Monday.
You got it. El Ninos here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here. Chris is back from his breaks and ready to go here. And now it's time for Chris. It's his play right now. So let's go ahead and get that game information ready to go. As we're going to go here with the Grizzlies hosting the Kings. Grizzlies laying 8, a total 228.5.
Yeah, I'm trying not to slow down after my break. We've rode a handful of teams this season that have gone on hot streaks. We saw the Jazz have their run. The Suns have been a cover machine dating back to the bubble. The Knicks, the hottest cover team in the league this season, covering almost 65% of their games. And the Grizzlies are trying to compete for that crown. They're trying to catch the Knicks. Memphis 42-27 against the spread. So, and this Memphis team has just absolutely taken down the opposition over the last 2 months, covering 21 of their last 31 games. And I know that everybody's going to think I'm crazy, but I'm going against the Grizzlies here. Sacramento, as much as we bash them, as much as we bash their defense, covered 6 straight as a road dog, winning 4 of those games outright. Also 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games against the Grizzlies. Even if they have guys banged up tonight, which I'm trying to find the injury report and I'm trying to see if they do, but this is still a team that's scored a ton of points. They have enough gas in the motor, shot for shot with Memphis, and I just think that you're going to see a good game here. I could easily see this being a game where the Grizzlies may be looking past the Kings a little bit in their pursuit to try to get out of the play-in spots, but I think that's where they're going to be stuck. And I think we got a close game on our hands tonight. So give me the Kings and the points.
All right, Chris is going to go here with the Sacramento Kings +8 against the Memphis Grizzlies. All right, Chris, looking at the expected lineups, Hield is just a game time, but it looks like he's likely to play. It's the ones the concern here is Bagley, Barnes, and of course we knew Fox, Halliburton out here. But on the Memphis side, Valanciunas game time decision, but 50-50 on whether or not he'll play tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is still a Sacramento team that's playing some of their best ball of the season. I mean, we've known that De'Aaron Fox has been dealing with an illness, and Bagley's had issues with his legs, the whole season. And this is still a Sacramento team that's won 6 of their last 7 games. They're covering really well as well. And the thing with Memphis, like I said, they've got Sacramento again, I believe tomorrow, and then they've got Golden State to finish the season. So they've got couple of opportunities. I just worry, like I said, I worry that they're going to be looking ahead past the Kings tonight. I know they have a task at hand, but we always say just because a team needs the win, you've turned me on to this, just because a team needs the win doesn't mean they're going to go out and get it. And I think like I said, the Grizzlies may get that win tonight, but I have a hard time seeing it get past 8 into double digits. I think we have a 5-point game at most if you're backing the Grizzlies here.
All right, agreement here with the Kings here, +8 against the Memphis Grizzlies. And this one here will begin at 8 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs. We have a good board tonight from the NBA. We also have some baseball here from some nighttime baseball action. What do you have going on over the site?
Like I said, when we did the intro, I got off to a 2-0 start today. Had the Cardinals and the under in them, so that makes us 7-1 in our last 8. We're up over 620. I'm leading the 24-hour leaderboard, but it's not just a one-day thing. We're going to start going on a heater. I got my Thursday Throwdown NBA 3-pack tonight, or I got a drive-through special for you guys for the same price. You can get those 3 plays as well as my favorite 2 baseball plays for the rest of the night. $29.95 over at the website. And guys, get those 3-day, 7-day, and 30-day passes. Again, it's something that we always mention, but that's for a reason because those are going to be your best value. Instead of buying daily packages over and over again, you can get the 3-day and get all the sports. I'm going to have some UFC up on the weekend as well, I believe. And we went 4-1 in our last UFC cards, so stay tuned for that. But definitely check out the 2-for-1 capper deal. And I mention all the time, my season passes for the playoffs, for the NBA and NHL. Said NHL, I'm still one of the original puck dogs. And NBA, I finished number 3 in the bubble for a reason. We're going to start to heat up. I don't want you guys to miss out on this, so check me out over at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, check out Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get on board with one of those long-term passes. Of course, he's got his NBA and NHL end of the season passes too as well, going through the playoffs. Get on board with Chris Ruffolo right now at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, add another capper with a 2-for-1 capper special. Great savings there when you do that. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. And now it's time to welcome Wilt. He's documented number 1 in the NBA this season. It is James Clark. And, of course, just a reminder, guys, before we get to James, keep those likes coming in. And if you miss any of the picks, we're going to do a full recap at the end of the show. And we close the show with 3 NBA picks, and we'll have both games from the TNT doubleheader. So stay tuned for that. So let's go ahead. And we're actually going to cover one of them right now as James Clark joins us here on the drive-through to look at that really big game tonight between Portland and Phoenix. Portland Trailblazers, a team that has been playing really well. If you happen to catch them last night in that game against Utah. All right, James, how you doing?
Pretty good. How y'all guys?
We're doing well. We're doing well. All right, Mr. Number One NBA. Here we go. Suns, the host of Trailblazers here at 10 Eastern Time on TNT. Suns laying 3. Total sits at 236.
You know, a lot of times if you look at this game, you know, a lot of people go paper, you know, at the stats and stuff. But, you know, tonight I'm going to go with the last 10 games. You know, the Suns in the last 10 games are 6-4. But you look at this Portland team. They've won 9 of their last 10 games. They're a hot team. And, you know, if they win tonight, they'll clinch that fifth spot in the Western Conference because they've got 2 wins over L.A. They got 2 wins over Dallas. You know, and if they all they got to do is win tonight, you know, and they can rest their players for the playoffs. There's no way the Lakers or even though they're tied with the Mavs can catch them if they win tonight because, you know, they've won 2 out of their 3 games that they've played each other. So tonight I like the Portland Trailblazers on the money line for some good money, good plus money, guys.
All right, James Clark here going with the Portland Trailblazers. Plus money here, plus 135 against the Phoenix Suns. Portland winners of 9 of 10. Of course, Phoenix going the other way. Their defense is bad. I've talked about Phoenix's schedule here in April, how I think it's having an impact here in May because you know one thing, Chris, when you looked at Phoenix the past few games here, even like you said, past 10 games, they just don't seem to have that energy on the court like they did early in the season.
Yeah, no, it's almost like a team. It's just like they clinched one of the top seeds in the postseason, and you know this is unfamiliar territory for this young Suns team. So, you know, they really kind of don't know how to handle, you know, not having to worry about late season stuff. My concern with the money line is that I believe the Blazers are 2-12 against top 4 teams this season. But you know what? I still like the value there at plus 135. I personally played it with the points, but yeah, I can see the value at the money line as well.
All right, agreement with there. Portland Trailblazers here, plus 135 against the Phoenix Suns. This one, 10 Eastern Time, the doubleheader game on TNT. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. We are number 1 document in the NBA this season. Nearly 2,100 units of profit. We got a good NBA board tonight, some baseball. What do you have going on over at the site?
I got a 7-pack going on. 5 of my best NBA plays that I really love. And 2 MLB plays that I really love. You know, we hit a little bump in the road yesterday, going 4-3. You know, but anybody that follows me know me. After usually I hit a bump in the road, watch out for the next day. It's usually 6-1, 5-1, 4-1, 5-2. It's usually a good profitable day. And so if you want to grab that, or you know, grab my 3, 7, or 30 day. Or even grab, you know, I get the playoffs to get ready to start. You know, like I said, every time I get on the show, you know, I'm dropping it down to 250. You know, my playoff pass right now is at 250. You get all my games from today until we crown the championship. You know, guys, I'm sorry I'm on the road right now, but I'm headed to the beach. You know, all this with this extra money winning the NBA. You know, taking my wife and her friends to the beach to spend for the weekend with no kids, and you know, or you can team me up. You know, the 2-for-1 capper. You know, with my buddy Trey Jordan, he's on the show tonight. You know, Big Al, he's number 1 overall. You know, Mitch. You know, any of them. You know, grab us all. You know, we all try to put money in their pockets. You know, if we're winning, you're winning. Every pick I put out, you know, that I'm betting. So, you know, go jump on that tonight, guys, or go jump on my playoff pass.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with James Clark over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, over nearly 2,100 units of profit. That is all documented. When you go visit his profile page there, check all the picks. They're all there for you to see. They're listed there. And, of course, he's got the end of the season NBA pass there. Get every play from the NBA now to the until they crown a champion. That's a great value there. If you want us all sports pass, you can do that as well. But the 2-for-1 capper promotion, you'll be able to add another capper at a reduced rate. All right, James, it's always great having you on the show. Get to the beach safely. Get ready. Put that where your family's having fun. You'll be out there working for for tomorrow's NBA card. Everyone have a great night, and we will talk with you very soon.
Well, I appreciate it, Tony. If you need me tomorrow, we might have a video from the beach. You never
There we
know.
go. There you go. I think I had, believe it or not, I think I have you for the recap as well. So hang on a little bit. We're going to bring in Trey Jordan. We'll get to the recap. Chris here will join me back here as well for the recap. A reminder, guys, the recap will be coming. We got 2 more picks to go on the show, and then we'll recap every play. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. And let's go ahead and welcome Trey Jordan to the show. He's making his debut on Skype. We'll go ahead and bring him in right now. And we're going to, you know what, Chris, we're going to give you another break because I think we owe you one. So let's go ahead and bring in Trey right now to the show. Trey, how's it going?
It's going good. How you doing, Tony?
It's going great. It's going great. All right, let's take a look at your game for tonight. We got the Pacers to host the Bucks here. The Bucks road favorites of 9, total 241.
Yeah, I'm taking the over in this game. You got the second best team for the over, and the Pacers, and the 5th best with the Bucks. Bucks got the number 1 offense in the league, and the Pacers number 7. Bucks just don't seem to play much defense. Getting some late news with LeVert out, but let's not act like the Bucks didn't give up 146 to the Spurs last game out on the road, and 143 to the Rockets when they played in Houston last month. So even without LeVert, I see this thing going over. 1 day of rest, Pacers 25-16-1 over, and 7-2 in the last 9 on 1 day rest in those games. Bucks on 1 day of rest, 25-17-1 to the over. And the last 4 matchups between these two has gone over 3 of the 4 times. Looking at the refs here, on these totals above 230, these refs are 21-13 to the over as well. And a couple trends for you. Pacers over 5-1, last 6 as a fallen ATS win, and the last 6 as an underdog. And Bucks 20-9 to the over, the last 29 fallen win. So even without the vert here, I just see this game going well over this total.
All right, Trey, going to go over here, Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks here, and of course no LeVert as well in this one, as you talked about. And looks like Holiday out, Sumner, Brogdon as well. But as you said before, it seems to me that Milwaukee's game plan is just let's go out there and outscore you, almost like a college team that just outscores you. But they don't seem to be interested in defense right now.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, like I said, I mean, Pacers missing those guys. They're still gonna have to come there with something to prove, and they're gonna do what they got to do against. Yeah, this Bucks just play zero defense. They just love to score the ball. So I see plenty of that going on tonight.
All right. Here we got Trey on Pacers, Bucks over total of 241. All right, Trey, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium. Where tonight we got some good NBA action up there. We got some baseball as well, some hockey. What do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I just went back to the basics tonight. Got my best bet in every sport, a little Trey pack. That's what got me here is those 3 picks a day. So I think we're going to have a good night tonight, and jump on board with that, or always get that longer-term package. It's going to save you some money, make you some money. Team me up with one of these cappers. Hopefully James has a safe travels there tonight. I teamed up with him. He's killing it in the NBA, and any of these guys, we're going to make you some money. So go get that sports chat place at pickdogs.com.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Trey Jordan over at Pig Dogs Premium. He'll kick up his plays for tonight. Of course, that 2-for-1 capper promotion. You can match up Trey, if you would, with James Clark, Big Al McMordie, with Rod Zawacki. You name it there. That's the best value there when you go long-term there with Trey Jordan. Check him out, his profile page over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Trey, thanks for coming on for the show tonight. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you next week.
I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Trey Jordan here on the drive-thru. Let's bring Chris back from his break. All right, Chris, 1 play to go, and then we're going to do the full recap, and we're going to get you here Game 1 of the TNT doubleheader, as we've got the Miami Heat squaring off here with the Philadelphia 76ers. So we'll go ahead and get that game information up for you. It's going to start at, I believe it's 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll pull the data here for you here in just a second. It is 7:30 Eastern time. Heat, a 2.5-point favorite now, total 217.5 against the Philadelphia 76ers. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the Heat in this one. Minus 2.5. We know there's plenty to play for. They're plenty motivated here. They're in a 3-way battle with the Knicks and Hawks for the 4th seed in the East, which brings home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Each team has 31 losses there with those 3 teams there. But Joel Embiid is questionable with an illness. So is Jimmy Butler, kind of a flip of a coin. Butler has the eye injury. Embiid's got an illness, which I believe is non-COVID related. But Miami, their shooting form is just outstanding. Look at their past 5 games, 53% from the floor, 42% from 3. Of course, the 76ers magic number to clinch the East is 1, which means one 76ers win or one loss by the Nets, and Philadelphia clinches the top seed. But they've got Orlando in back-to-back games, so I think they are going to be the number 1 seed. Let's just say that. Miami's won 6 of their past 7. They sit number 1 in offensive efficiency in that period, 124 points per 100 possessions. They're playing really good right now. I'm going to take the Heat here, minus 2.5, Chris.
Yeah, I liked it a lot better when we were getting points when the line opened up, but I still can't argue with you laying 2.5 here. The Sixers are just a far better team. If this game was in Philadelphia, I may have a point to argue with you, but in Miami, with the way that the Heat have been shooting the rock, and with like you said, the Orlando Magic on deck for what are 2, let's call them must-win games for the Sixers. I got to agree with you with the Heat. The Sixers have bigger fish to fry, and they'll come against Orlando. So let's take the Heat tonight.
All right, going to be here on the Heat, minus 2.5 against the Philadelphia 76ers. Guys, check out Pick Dog Stream. I got a 3-pack going on tonight. Got a mix of NBA and Major League Baseball, and also part of that 2-for-1 capper promotion. So you can match me up with the other cappers like Chris, or you can do, we've got Ron Sawacki, Big Al McMordie, 2-for-1 capper special right now going on over at Pick Dogs Premium. So match me up with one of the cappers there at the site. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Hey, you know what it's time to do? It's time to go ahead and recap the plays from tonight. Let's go back to the road here where it looks like we're bringing James Clark if he's available. He is. And we're going to go ahead and do the recap for tonight. And it'll have Chris and James Clark with me here. Alex started the day off with the Kings at plus 372 and take them on the puck line plus 1.5 goals at plus 144 against the Avalanche. That's a split bet, half on one, half on the other. Al McMordie, Athletics minus 104 against the Red Sox. Tony Brown, Flames Canucks under 5.5. Shane, Bulls Raptors under 216.5. El Ninos, Marlins minus 124 against the Diamondbacks. Chris was on the Kings plus 8 against the Grizzlies. James, Trailblazers money line plus 135 against the Suns. Trey, Pacers, Bucks over 241. Yours truly, Heat minus 2.5 against the 76ers. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, Tony, I got to stick with you in the Miami Heat. I love the Heat tonight in this spot against the Sixers.
Go and vote here for the Heat. All right, James, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I got to go with Chris's pick with the Kings getting plus 8. I mean, this Grizzly team, they ain't beat nobody by 8 probably about all season. I mean, so I really don't see him covering this. Like Chris said earlier, 5 or 6 points.
All right, we might have lost the signal there from Chris as he's getting close to the beach there. About hit a wave. All right, I'm going to agree there with James here. I like the Kings plus the 8 against the Grizzlies. Kings still some life. They're on life support. Again, like we said, San Antonio is going to be an underdog the rest of the way, so the live teams can just keep playing and hope they have a shot. You never know what happens here in the final games here of the regular season. All right, that'll do it for another edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Tune in again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do this all over again. We'll have a full book. 8 cappers will be on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the primetime games. Don't forget, it all gets started here with the morning show at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Mitch, we got Rod Zawacki, Brian Bittler, and of course, tune in. And of course, those YouTube Premium. Follow the link below for that YouTube Premium information. Great value there as well. All right, let's bring in the crew from tonight's show. We'll give up a nice wave. Good night to everybody. Wake up, James. Wake up. Oh, I guess he fell asleep on us. All right, guys, have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow live